Entitled cousin is suing me. Hey guys, I already told my story in my first post. Entitled cousin demands free car, go check it out. Now this post is an ongoing part 2. So I'm posting this around 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So pretext. My cousin demanded me to buy him a free car because I have money and he doesn't. I said no, he was pissed and confront to sue me. To the story. I just received a call from my uncle in Europe. If you read the previous post, you who that is. He called to inform me that my entitled cousin really filed a lawsuit against me. Apparently for breach of contract. To clarify, I never signed anything stating I will buy him a car, and I also never said I would. But he still filed because he is saying we had an oral agreement and that I told him I would. I called the local police station, and these cops are truly stupid, not saying the police in general are stupid, just this precinct. So I called them to inquire if it is true, and the cop on the phone confirmed that EC has filed a police report. The cop then asked me to come to the station today to give my statement. I told him that is impossible, and as I was going to explain to him that I live in the USA, he interrupted me, saying I had to come down when the police request you to show. Here is this conversation. P. Police Officer M. Take a guess. P. Mr. Me, I need you to come to the station so we can take your official statement. M. That is impossible, officer, UCI. P. Sir, when the police gives the request you have to show up to give your statement, otherwise we have the authority to arrest you for evading official police business. M. Officer, I literally can't make it, UCI live. P. What is your full name, sir? Me gives him my full legal name. P. Date of birth. Me gives him date of birth. P. Social security number? Me gives him my European SSN. To clarify, the SSN in Europe is not linked to finances, it is linked to your health insurance and is just as unique as the SSN here in the US. Now I haven't used that number in 9 years and the account has no mailing address anymore. This is important for next part of the convo. P. Sir, I can't find a current address. It is unlawful to not have your primary legal residence registered. What is your current address? And you will be fined for not keeping your records up to date. M. May I speak now, or are you going to continue to cut me off? P. Watch your tone, sir, or you'll be fined for disrespect of law enforcement. At this point I was fed up with this moron and I gave him my Sesame Street address here in the States. And he actually said to me that the given address is non-existent in Europe. M. My address is XYZ Sesame Street. X state. P. Sir, this is your final warning. Give me your legal address here in Europe or we will send out an APB for your persona. At this point I just snapped. It was freaking 3 a.m. and I have to deal with someone who probably never left his state, probably even his county. M. Listen here, you muppet, I live in the I didn't say freaking though, United States of America, and have been for the past 9 years. For the past 10 minutes I've been trying to explain to you that it is physically impossible for me to show up at your station. Simply because I won't buy a last-minute ticket, spend thousands of dollars just so I can tell you my side of the dispute. Now if you and your backwoods police station want to buy me a ticket and pay room and board, I will be happy to get on a plane. Or I will give you my side over the phone and you can fax me the papers to my office and I will sign the statement and send it back to you. Your choice. P. Oh, I understand. Well, okay, then please tell me what happened and we will finish up via fax. After he finally understood what the problem was, I gave him my statement and asked him if he knows for how much my evil entitled cousin is suing me for. And here's the kicker. He is suing me for the loss of the car's value, emotional stress and loss of income, because apparently his rust bucket died a month ago and he couldn't make it to work. He is suing me for roughly $140,000.00 $80K for the car, $3K for loss of income and $57K for emotional stress. My uncle has a friend whose son is a lawyer and he is willing to take my case. My uncle also drove to the Jeep dealership to talk to the sales rep who was present when EC demanded the car. He said he will testify in my defense. Now I thought not to take care of this situation and just say EF it, but since the country my family lives in is part of the EU and I don't want to get arrested the next time I land in Germany, Austria or Paris, I am forced to deal with this. I know this is just a cruel tactic of my cousin trying to get me to buying him that car, but not with me. After this I'm done with him and his side of the family. I have a business trip coming up next week in Switzerland and will stay a little longer to deal with this situation in person. I'll update this post in the comments over the next few weeks. For now I'm going back to bed. I got about another hour before I get up to get ready for work. Thanks for reading and have a great day, hopefully better than mine. Man raising hand. First update: I just got off the phone with my lawyer. He told me that the case most definitely will go to court and will not be dismissed. As I understand, there is a ruling in place that if a complainant claims a monetary reimbursement over €120,000, it has to go to trial. This also explains how my EC came up with those arbitrary numbers. To clarify, $140,000 is roughly 122 to 125k euros, depending on the exchange rate. However, there is hopeful news. My lawyer knows my EC's lawyer, and he told me that his firm had a few cases against him and that EC's lawyer lost them all. He is very optimistic that he can pressure my Nimrod of a cousin to withdraw the claims when the trial starts. I will speak with my lawyer on Wednesday again and hopefully have an update by then. Thank you all for your support. P.S. I'm still really much a noob to Reddit, so I don't know if I can just relink everything to the Legal Advise Reddit, or if I have to copy and paste the entire text. Second update: like promised, here is the next update. My lawyer talked with the prosecutor's office and set up an appointment for a questioning session on Monday. He also talked with my cousin's lawyer, and his cousin is willing to resolve the matter privately instead in front of a judge. EC's lawyer said they would be satisfied with a payment of €100,000. Naturally, my lawyer said no. Which I told him to do. I'll burn my money before giving EC 1 cent. In addition, EC's lawyer hasn't provided enough evidence, while my lawyer sat with the sales rep of Jeep in the prosecutor's office to give his statement. He is also more confident that the case will be dropped by the prosecutor's office because EC's lawyer's only piece of evidence is EC's word. Now he asked me if anyone was sitting with me and EC when I apparently gave him my word for buying him a car. Sadly no, it was just me and EC. He is also preparing a lawsuit against my cousin for when the lawsuit against me is dropped or won. It seems that this whole thing will be over soon. And the majority of my family is on my side. My grandmother is split because she fears this matter is tearing the family apart. And I forgive her for not avoiding EC and his side of the family. However, she is 86 years old and just wants to live the rest of her days in peace. I hope to have this matter resolved in the next 2 weeks. I have other things to worry about, my wedding, and I still haven't figured out why I'm so nervous and scared about getting married. Thanks for reading, guys, and have a great day.